day, and welcome to the second episode of the build. Today we're going to be focusing on the trolling motor. I have already jumped ahead and kind of unbolted this, but I'll kind of fill you in on how that process went. The bolts are right about here on the trolling motor, and there is no access. There's storage cabinets here, but I can't fit in there and reach all the way to the front. So we had an access panel here where the wiring was for the trolling motor, and I was able to pop that out and do some redneck engineering, and I will show you that here in just a sec. Yeah, so I was able to pop this out, and with some redneck engineering I was able to create this masterpiece with my ratchet and be able to actually fit through this hole and get all the way up to the front, which is up here, and get them undone. So this process worked pretty well for getting the old trolling motor off, which it is all unbolted and can lift away. Now that being said, the new trolling motor is going to sit a lot further forward. And so its bolts will be a lot closer to the end of the bow. And that's going to cause me to come up with a new plan of getting into here, because it's a very small area. I do have a rod holder that runs up through the center, but again, that's a pretty small area. I can't fit in there. I even tried sticking Alyssa in. Okay, so now that we've got this somewhat positioned, or got the old trolling motor out of the way, I'm going to stand this up so that I can get the correct fitment on the end of the bow. And then I will mark the holes that need to be drilled out for the new motor to be attached. So we'll pop that down right now, which is a little awkward without it bolted. Okay, so in the instructions it says that it wants the shaft to be about 1.5 inches clearance from hitting the front of the boat, or where it is. So I think we're pretty much there. And I will... Looks like it's in line with where the old motor was sitting. So what I'm going to do, it says that this motor needs a minimum of 6 bolts holding it down. So I will mark 6 of the holes. Okay, so now with it lined up in all those holes, or where I marked it at, I'm just going to recenter it. I'm going to lay it down and make sure that I like that position as well. Okay, just reset it. All right, looks like it's pretty good. So it'll lay out here, and I'm a little concerned with how much the shaft will be able to bounce after it's all installed. So I have a support bracket that will come, that I'll mount in here someplace, that will kind of support the head of the trolling motor and stop that from waving around like crazy while we're cruising across the lake. So stay tuned and we'll get it drilled up and try to start installing it and come up with a new way to reach even further out in the bow of the boat. So I'm back. So I found it really silly that the only way to access the front here to do that trolling motor was through this little toggle switch hole that they had in there. And so what I did was I stuck my cell phone in on video record mode, and I recorded the underneath of here. And what I found was right in the center of this front mat, there's a cutout. So this is glued down, or was glued down, and I've lifted it off. And if anybody has suggestions on how to glue this back down, I would appreciate that. But it is to be lifted off, and there is an access hatch, a round hatch right here. The other thing, I found some old jigs in here from the previous owner of the boat, I guess. They seem to be sitting up front here. Maybe they were on rods because the rod locker runs right down this section. So, but yeah, glad I found this. Glad I took a look around because I'd already dropped a couple of nuts and washers inside of here trying to get up to this thing and just couldn't get to it. And then here we go, last screw. Nice. There's a nice little hole, and I can reach probably pretty much to everything. So I will take a peek inside here and just see if I can see. Oh, there was more than jigs in here. Tell you that much. Just trying to get something out of here. Looky. Surprise find! Looks like an old one. Might have to throw it, see if it's lucky. Okay, back to putting the motor on. That's good. I was almost ready to give up. It was getting a little stressful. Awesome. First one in. So much easier. My hand doesn't quite fit in there, but... Alright, so... I really can't get my hand in. This might be a job for Alyssa Page. Because even though there's a hole here, it still is not quite good enough for me, big enough for me to reach in all the way. Alright, so that was a little dark because of the outside light, but I had to recruit my oldest daughter, Meadow, and thank you very much, Meadow. I appreciate that. You saved me a lot of work. because it was being a real problem. But now we're almost done. This thing's almost installed. So awesome. It is on. That is cool. Okay, so we'll get the covers back on the sides. We will get this guy back installed here. And then put the cover back on here. And then I need to get some glue for mounting that back in again. But that's cool. And now I know how to access the front, which I might leave open for now because we still got some sonar stuff to wire up and power for that, so it might be a good idea to leave that open for now. So we'll finish putting the side covers on this. Alright, there it is. Mounted with enough clearance in the front so that it'll be good, and then there she be. So like I said, I've got a mount that'll go here that'll stop this from flopping around like crazy. Just waiting for that to come in. So I think we will call her quits there. So I hope that you're enjoying these videos and maybe getting something out of them. I know there hasn't been a lot of fishing content lately, but it will be coming very soon. So that is all for today. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, please subscribe and have a great day.